Hello and welcome back to Common Sense for Relationships. I am so excited. You know, on this show, we bring you valuable information to help you make better decisions in your lives and in your relationships. And today, I am with my husband and co-host.
Thank you. My name is, as usual, as always, Kingsley Bature. I'm trying to be mellow in this episode. Do you understand? I'm just trying to take it slow. This week I've been walking up and down, going in and out, around about. I've just been in a lot of places, so it was a very hectic week. So I'm trying to be mellow.
Yeah.
I'm not trying. I know they find trouble. They find trouble today. So
I see. Okay.
yes, I'm one of the good guys
I see
in today's.
today.
Yes. So
Fantastic.
So yes, exactly.
And my name is Anietie Bature. It's a pleasure to be with you today. And thank you so much for letting us into your space. Yes. So whether you get to watch this live or later on, I hope you have a blast. And
Yes.
I'd like to say welcome to those of you who have already joined us on Facebook, who have
Yes.
joined us on YouTube,
Yes.
and on LinkedIn. It's really great
Yes.
to have you here.
Yes, and just to be sure, we can see some of you are already coming online, and if you can hear us loud and clear, just type 111. Let us see in the chat. Let's see 111, and we know that we are live and clear. Yes, because it's an interesting topic. What did your friend say when he saw the topic today?
He was asking, who is it that gives these names?
Hey, yes, the topic, yes. I can see Queen Debbie Boss. I can see
Hey.
Uju.
Hey,
We
I
celebrate
see
you.
Uju.
We
Hello.
celebrate you all the way from Canada.
Canada.
From Ken. Oh, sorry. Canada. Yeah. Queen Debbie says she loves the new haircut.
Yeah, thank
No,
you.
she's just trying to copy me. When she made me go and cut my hair, so she saw how fine I was looking, and she was determined not to be left behind. So it's just copy all around the place.
Cannot
Yes.
be serious at all. Anyway, so welcome everybody. Welcome.
Yes,
So
welcome.
happy. Yes, we've gotten the feedback for sound, which is fantastic. And Auntie Uju, we're so happy to have you here. And Queen Debbie, thanks for being with us from the start, like you always are. Yes. So you can already see the topic behind me. And I'm sure some of you are wondering. I mean, last week we had Who Do Me This Thing?
Who do me this thing?
Which was a very funny topic, in fact. When the topic starts to enter pidgin, it's a problem.
It's a problem.
And this week, we have Why God Will Not Save Your Marriage.
In fact. Actually, the title
it is really
is part of a series. The series is What God Will Not Do does exist. It's What God Will Not Do series.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. What
Yes.
God Will Not Do series.
What God Will Not Do series. God can do
Anything.
anything.
But there are certain things
There are certain things He will not do.
will not do. So it's like a matter of principle or anyway, I'm sure we'll get into the details. So you can see that it's going to be interesting, right?
Yes.
And I can imagine some people are like, what are people talking about? Like, these people, have they missed it? Is something wrong? Well, it's going to be interesting, and I think it will be great for you to find out if everything is still okay. So just stay tuned and
Yes.
call your friends and family so they'll come and follow and find out if everything is still okay.
Exactly. And share it to your friends, share it to your families, share it to your like I always say. So just share the link so that we can start and drive in full force. An interesting thing today is that today, for the first time, we are having a live audience.
Yay.
Not just you guys online. Yeah, you guys online, you are great, you're cool. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Yeah, you guys are cool, but we have an audience in the studio because we're doing a pilot. We are checking out to see how because the show is going to go full blown, but this is our pioneer audience. Yeah, so please, and so it's okay. So it's good for you to just live audience. Can we get some cheers? Can we get some applause? Yeah. I'm sure you can hear that. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
So
interesting.
that
Yes.
you will get to
Yes,
meet them.
mhm.
Yes, yeah. And you see people are online asking, why are you people quiet? They are asking, why are they quiet?
You'll soon hear their voice. By the time it's time to start asking some solid questions,
Yes, by the time it's
you
time to
will,
ask questions,
hear
you will
their
hear
voice.
them. They are here. They are here.
Okay.
Yes.
All
So,
right, so let's dive in. This interesting topic that we have. So, when you look at this topic, why God will not save your marriage, and I think about it, and I'm like, what are you really talking about? So when I when I thought about this topic, I said, okay, I think what I'm going to do today is put you on the hot seat. Yes, and it is my pleasure to be the one asking the difficult question. In fact, you should have seen how I was telling him, pray well, oh. Because I am going to fire you some hot questions. In fact, there's one question I have like that I say, this one is checkmate. So let's see how this goes.
you
Are
guys,
you ready?
you guys online and you guys on site, please be praying for me because be praying for me because it's
Yes.
a case of we have to get here. We have to get out of this alive. You understand?
Yes.
You know, this is one of those cases. You know when they say a man's gift maketh room for him. This is one of those cases where your gift puts you in trouble. By the time you are finished designing and crafting topic, by the time you craft the topic and the topic is approved and they release it and then they now say, in this particular topic, now you go know what you go talk. So
Yeah.
so that's the issue. Cool.
Okay.
We'll be all right. Last.
All right.
Last.
Here we go. Part 1, or at once in one. This institution.
When the thing don't they enter English like this.
Yes, this institution, marriage, this institution, the originator and founder is God himself. So, explain to me why the person who brought about the institution will not save your marriage or somebody's marriage.
It's like you're feeling fly, you're feeling yourself. Okay, but this is the way I look at it simply, right? God created the institution. God institutionalized it. God made the concept.
Yeah.
But simple example, the tree in the garden,
Yes.
the tree of good and evil. It was God that planted it. But after planting the tree, why did he not stop Adam or Eve from going to go and eat the fruit? Instead, what did he do? He gave them an instruction and said, don't touch, don't do this, don't do that, don't touch this tree. That's the same thing he does in marriage. He sets up the institution and he gives principles that is supposed to guide how that institution will be run in order for you to have a successful marriage. Now, if you do not apply yourself to the principles, he's not going to come and do it for you.
I can see the way you're saying that for you. You're
You're
feeling like you're answering well.
I'm telling you.
Calm down.
Because he's God. He has done his part to set up the institution. He knows how that institution is supposed to run. And he gives guidelines. He gives principles. But the problem that I see here is that a lot of people will look at the principles, know what the principles are, but realize that sometimes it's difficult to follow these principles. So we will rather pray than follow the principles and work it until it works for us.
Okay, I can see.
Oh my goodness!
Calm down.
Oh my goodness!
This is only the first question.
It's, yeah.
Okay, but let me see what you said. You said
Yes.
the institution is like the tree in the Garden of Eden.
Yes.
So there's an instruction that has been given: don't eat of the fruit of the tree, right? And there is an expectation by God for us to follow the instruction that he gave or the guidelines that he gave concerning the tree. So you're saying by principle, God has given instructions concerning marriage, and there are guidelines that he expects us, human beings, right, to follow and to live by so that our marriages will work.
Yes.
Okay, so if we don't do it, It's up to us.
It's up to us.
Okay. So I because there was no angel standing by the tree to stop Eve from eating the fruit, and there was no angel or somebody stopping Adam from eating it either. So it's the same way there will not be an angel standing to stop you from slapping your wife. Wait. I'm just trying to extrapolate.
You're trying to extrapolate
on this
and juxtapose and elucidate. Do you understand?
Okay. So, audience, please, so if you agree or do not agree, please just be giving us the comments. Let's be looking at it in context as we are going.
Yes,
so is there any comment related to this particular one now? Is there any comment?
Well, I can see Uju says, I agree with Pastor KB 100%. That's it. Thank you. Queen Debbie says, gang, KB on the hot seat today. I'm there.
Okay,
it's okay. It's okay.
All
God
right,
will deliver me.
So you have scaled the first hurdle. The first hurdle is just the first, okay? So let's go to the next one now. What God has joined together, let no man put asunder. So if God did the joining, and then God has said, let no man put asunder, will God not secure what he joined?
I'm not hearing well. I'm not hearing well. No. You see, continue.
What God has joined together, let no man put asunder. If God joined it together, will he not secure what he has joined? And if he's going to secure it, that means he will save your marriage. So how can you say that God will not save your marriage?
Now this one be like jammed now. This one be like jammed now. But okay, I would look at it. I would look at it this way: what God has joined together, let no man put asunder.
Yes.
You know that let there speaks of something. It speaks of. It's like an instruction that men are supposed to respond to. Let no man put asunder. That includes let the husband don't put asunder, let the wife don't put asunder. However, there is something called the concept of free will. Now, I look at it from this way. Somebody said, and I quote, he said something. He said, love is the supreme ethic, right? Wherever there is the immutability of love, there must be free will.
Okay.
For love to be what it is,
yes,
there must be free will. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, if free will exists, it means that the choice to do or not to do cannot be taken from the person.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yes.
Now, so if God has given the marriage, God has given, he said these two can be joined together, but let no man put asunder. That's he has said. It's like saying he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. So the Lord, he has given the blessing that is supposed to keep the marriage. Do you understand? But whether the people in the marriage allow the blessing to succeed is another matter completely. Are you getting it now? So is that so that the whole concept of let and because I am a student of mathematics and computer science. When we are programming those days, there is those assignments. Let A equal to. Do you understand? It means that you have to actually work something. You have to put something into those values in order for them to work. If you do not put something inside that let, so a man will put asunder.
Guy, I like the way you're using this question to answer this question. You're trying to confuse some people.
No,
But
no,
I cannot be confused.
no, you get
We
it.
did maths. But then I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
If you're saying let this be that, then whatever it is, certain places you need to make the substitution.
You need to
You
make
need to factor in some of these things.
You see,
so that
that's
you get the result.
That's why it's good to marry intelligent wife. She caught it. Those of you online, I hope you are catching it.
Let's. So I'm just thinking now of the things we're supposed to let. You know, like maybe things like do unto others. You know, you have to let it when time comes. Things like you forgive. You have to let when the time comes.
So
things like don't keep any record of wrongs.
You have to let. Those are things you have to put inside that. Because if you don't put them inside, by yourself you will put asunder. By your husband's self, he will put asunder.
Interesting. Okay, so let's see if there's any comment from our live on-set
on-set audience. Come on.
So, who wants to say something or ask a question?
Yes.
Who's
Yeah,
coming?
because you are live, you can just walk to the microphone and say something, and our online audience will hear you and respond.
Yes. So who's going to be anybody has something to say?
Yes.
Okay. All right, here we go. Martin.
Okay. My question is.
Introduce yourself now. They don't know you online.
Oh.
It's your chance to shine.
Well, I'm Mr. Martins by name. So my question is based on the topic that we have here: why God will not save your marriage? But God said that we should ask, and we shall receive.
Yeah.
So when we ask God, please
save
my marriage, will God not save our marriage?
Thank
Bam.
you.
That's my
Correct.
question.
Wonderful.
Oh, this guy carry me for mine.
You know, I like the way he asked it very calmly and slowly, as if I'm not looking for trouble.
This guy.
Answer.
Okay, so
Ask and he shall be given.
so ask and what?
Ask and you will receive. Ask and it shall be given unto you.
Ask and you will receive.
So if somebody now asks, oh Lord, save my marriage. Simple prayer.
Seek and you will find. Abi? Knock and the door shall be opened unto you. Ask. You know, sometimes, I feel like we misunderstand the whole concept of prayer. The concept of prayer does not alienate personal responsibility. So that I ask God for help, right? Like one of my favorite prayers, one of my strongest prayers is God I beg. God I beg. On this matter, God I beg. But that you ask God for help does not mean that God will abdicate his throne and come down on earth and solve problems for you. But he will either provide capacity, he will provide connection, he can even provide creativity for you to make that prayer answered. I'll give you an example. The lady in the Bible was going with her son and she was about to die, and she prayed, oh God, save me, have mercy. And what did God do? Why didn't God just open heaven and let water drop and pour for the lady? No, the scripture says that an angel, God just opened her eyes and she turned aside and saw a well. And did what? And went to carry the water from the well and solve the problem. Are you understanding how God works? Somehow, I don't know why he does that. In fact, it's as if God has bound himself in such a way that in order for him to do anything for man on earth, there must be a partnership between our humanity and his divinity.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So when you ask God, save my marriage, what the question? Okay, so let me remove my pastoral cap. All right, let me remove my. The one he has not said, I agree with him. Right on, sir. You understand? So in my mind, I see it this way. I see it like see, if
From the partnership.
yeah, that partnership. If I remove my pastoral hat and put on my practitioner's hat, right, as a licensed practitioner.
Bros.
And
you're saying it as if you're not proud, but
no,
I can
no,
feel,
no,
I
no,
can
no,
sense the pride.
you can sense the pride.
the pride.
You can feel
It's
the pride.
coming.
The pride is coming out. No, it's not a small thing. Listen, after you have done over 300 hours practical with human beings, solving human beings' problem, my guy, you have to have some pride in yourself. So I was saying, if I put on my practitioner's hat, the question I will ask, you say, God, my marriage, to analyze what is wrong with your marriage.
Okay.
What are the issues? Are they personality issues? Are they belief system issues? Are they issues that have to do with your upbringing? Are they issues that have to do with your experiences? Are they issues that have to do with personal emotional connections? There was something someone sent sent to me, and I really like it. I wish I could play it here, but we may not have the time. And it was something a pastor said, and I said I agree with this guy completely. See, some problems that some people are having in their marriage is not even the person they married that is causing the problem. It's one boyfriend, that one ex somewhere that broke your heart and created a problem because it was a significant emotional experience. Therefore, anybody else that is coming after that ex, you will be using the problem that ex created to judge a problem that has not even happened.
Interesting.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So when you say God save my marriage, he will tell you the way to save this particular marriage, go and call PK. And go through a therapy session with him. He will charge you some money, but he will solve the problem for you. You see how I'm looking at you, eyeball to eyeball, fuska the fuska. It's because there are some problems that we ascribe theological solutions to. Meanwhile, they are just either philosophical or psychological solutions that are required. Some problems, I just need to do an analysis. I need to look at you and find out whether you are the one that God needs to save the man from. Do you understand? So when you say save my marriage, it means a lot of things. And God said, inside these things, that which one is your own? Which one is my own? So God's own may be to speak to you and tell you, you need to see a counselor. They say, especially if it's African man, God forbid, if I'm going to go and see a counselor or a therapist, it's because they will think that I can't handle my own family. Foul. That doesn't mean jack. You go to, you study to get a degree. And then you now have a degree that you do 4 years in the university to get the degree. Then you now have marriage that you're planning to do 30 years inside, and you're not going to study. You're not going to learn. You're not going to learn from people that have the solutions that you're looking for. Instead, you are crying. And you say, what have you done about this problem? You say, I've been praying for 20 years. You know the problem. Sometimes people are praying. God is pointing the answer. But they are shouting, I rebuke you. I rebuke you. It's not my portion.
So what I'm hearing is that it's not as if God separates himself from us and says, I am not going to be involved at all, right? It's not as if when you are having issues in your relationship or in your marriage, he relocates to another continent and has no business with it. But it is that there are things that he is going to do and there are things that you must do. Right? So he'll give you advice, he will give you guidance, he will give you capacity, maybe he will give you wisdom self to know that, hey, maybe you need to do something or you need to make adjustments, or he's involved anyway, and then you get to do your part, and if you do your part, then your marriage will be saved. But if you're going to just sit back and expect that he will come and fix everything by himself without any action from you, without you taking any responsibility apart from the fact that you're saying God help me, then you're not in order. That's more like your expectation is not in order, because you're expecting that everything will work without your involvement.
Exactly. Do you understand?
All right, so participation,
partnership.
Okay. All right, I like that.
Participation
I like that.
and partnership.
Okay, let's see. Do we have any comments online about this part of the discussion
Yes.
before we go to the next question?
Hey, Deji Soumi. Deji
Hey,
Soumi.
Chima.
I jumped that.
Yes.
The concept of free will, that's profound. That's true too. This is wisdom in full display, sir. Thank you.
Chima,
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
next one.
Deji Soumi, he's a master practitioner.
Wow.
Yes. He says, amazing approach, but this is brilliant. I love the set. The value and knowledge shared is pristine. Great job, both of you. Thank you.
so much.
Uju. Yeah, that's
Okay, you've seen that?
yes, we have a part to play in God helping us.
Yes.
Partnership between humanity with divinity.
Yes.
Fire, yes. Dara Benny says, just like what PK said, some people don't know how to heal and move on from their past.
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of Dara Benny, just to note, this outfit I'm wearing, she made it. So
Please let them see the outfit very well. Dara Benny is in Livewire and she made this outfit. So Livewire crew, make everybody they move your business to the permanent side though, because anything we need, we go to Livewire first before we go anywhere.
Yeah, so if you are thinking of consulting her, just look for Dara Benny World.
Yes. Dara Benny World, we applaud you. Fantastic work.
Yes.
Do you understand? Yes.
Next one.
Yeah.
It's like being sick and you won't go to the hospital.
Hey, Uju, that one you are touching now is very sensitive something. Very sensitive.
So jump it quickly.
It's true. It's like being sick. Some people will not go to the hospital. They'll be praying for God to heal. And God does heal. God heals. No doubt about it. But so does the doctor. And guess what I found out? It occurred to me that God, He's the God of all knowledge. That's why they call Him the all-knowing God. I.e., He knows medicine. He knows science.
More like He inspired it.
I'm trying to say He knows.
Okay.
He knows medicine. He knows science. He knows pharmacy. He knows. Do you understand? And He is the author of all knowledge and wisdom. Thank you, my brother. Oh, it's okay to comment. You are live here. You can comment.
Yes.
Yes, because you are live, you can comment. Don't. There's nothing. Do you understand? And wisdom. So, who made the doctor? Is God. And that's why I love the scripture. See, Bible is complete. Allow me to put, and I can wear any cap. I change the cap at different times depending on where you meet me. Bible is complete. It says, it is with God, scripture, it is with God either to save by the many or by the few. So it means that God can save by the many, God can save by the few. God can save by the medical, He can save by the miraculous. It doesn't change Him.
Yeah.
But sometimes you are trying to practice your faith and you say, no, I will not do the medical, I will do the miracle. It's okay. But don't make it feel like, because God has the prerogative to answer, don't make it feel like because He didn't answer, it means that He has failed. God did not fail. You have a choice and you chose one path. There's the part where people cannot afford to go to the medical. My brother, God knows when to step in. They can't afford the medical bills. God can heal. The medical cannot heal the thing. God can heal. The medical can do their best and they can't get the solution. God can heal. But let's not try to put God in a box. See, listen, I like saying something. God is not our mate. So let's just be very careful. Let's be coming down.
Okay, all right. Are we done with the
Yes,
comments?
with the comments.
Okay.
Except there's any question in-house.
Any question in house? Yes? Yes. Okay, great. So, who's asking?
Make her breathe well.
So, marriage.
You introduce yourself, right?
Sorry, my name is Kiki. Marriage is a covenant and not a contract. So, even when the two couples are feeling like they're giving up already in the marriage, like they're tired already, can God still fix it? Like, without any delay in the marriage.
Both of them are tired and
They are giving up already.
they are giving up. Can God fix it? Okay. Thank you very much for that question, Kiki.
I will answer it like this. God, read my lips. God can do anything. And there's a friend, a pastor friend that always says, what God cannot do does not exist. Underline the key word can. But me, I say, what God will not do does exist. So, can God fix a marriage that both of them are tired and they feel like this thing is not going to work anymore? Can God fix it? Yes, God can. Will God fix it? That's another matter. So if both of them take the matter to God and say, God, on this matter of our marriage, because like you said, it's a covenant. If they did that covenant between me, the man, the woman, and God as the third party, and they recognize his authority as the third party, and between both of them, they've come to the end of their self and say, God, between me and my wife, we don't know what else to do. Help us. See, let's be honest. God will send you help. But the help is not going to come in the form of God coming down from heaven and appearing to both of you and breathing on you.
And then all of a sudden,
everything is fixed. No. God, like I said, one of the ways he may solve that problem is that he will say, do you remember that guy? Do you remember Common Sense for Relationship? That link, go and look for that guy. And he has done it before. I'll give you an example. Cornelius in the Bible, just man, great guy, very good guy. He does almsgiving, but he was not saved. And he was doing everything he was doing.
Yeah.
God said, this guy has caught my attention. I'm too interested in what this guy. He said, in order to save this guy, he appeared to the guy he sent an angel, appeared to the guy and told the guy what? He said, go and call Paul. Is it Paul? Peter. Go and call Peter and tell him to do what? And
tell him
to come. So the guy went to go and ask. He checked social media, he checked Google, looking for Peter until he found the particular Peter. He probably found him on X. Do you understand? And sent him a chat. Do you understand? That's how he found his way to Peter. And Peter did what? Peter spoke to him. Listen. If two people, I always say this, right? There's no good husband or good wife. As in, there's no, you can't say, oh, the marriage is bad because he was a bad husband, or the marriage is bad because he was a bad wife or something. And my point is, the two people inside the marriage make the marriage either good or bad. Do you understand? And those two people inside the marriage, within them, they have the solution to either bring the marriage back to life or kill it completely. Those two people in the marriage. So when you get to the end of your road, end of your road means the place where both of you don't know, underline the word know, you do not have the knowledge of what to do. That's when you need to look for somebody that knows what to do. And God answering that prayer may be such that he tells you this is the person to look for that knows what to do, and he will bring back the life to your marriage. But so if you look for me, I know what to do by the grace of God.
So what I'm hearing is that there needs to be...
Yeah, because there's years of experience inside this thing. Do you understand? There's a lot of hard work.
There needs to be willingness.
One.
Because if they are willing, then they will respond to whatever prompt or whatever guidance or whatever leading, you know?
Yes.
Because if you actually, like they say, it takes two. One person cannot by themselves say this marriage must work, while the other person is completely uninterested.
Yes.
But if both parties are in a place where, okay, this is difficult, we're struggling, but we still would like this marriage to work, then they will need to respond to or take steps to make it work. So in addition to praying, what else can we do? If we've tried it all by ourselves, not working, can we get help? Where can help come from? Help can come from counselors. Where are you going to find them? Help can come from leaders in your religious organization. Help can come from even senior friends or older family members that you see are getting it right. You know that scripture that says, in a multitude of counselors there's safety. So sometimes
and
help is talk
and
to that
help,
senior
yes.
auntie, uncle that their marriage is like model. They just might be able to sit with you and talk with you and get you help.
And help in this day and age can come from practitioners, therapists, professionals.
Yes.
You understand? Because that's something that we always run away from church. We act as though because we are religious people, there is no professional solution. So sometimes you find out that pastor alone, pastor is gatesman, he's head of security, he's financial accountant, he's HR, he's marriage counselor, one pastor. We bring everything and we put it on top of pastor as if pastor is supposed to know everything. And so by the time but you find out that just because he's pastor does not make him a bank manager. If he doesn't have the professional expertise to manage finance, he can't be a bank manager. But why do we put it on him as though he's the one that should know how to manage finance? So pastor now embezzle money or misappropriate fund, we are upset. He's a bloody pastor. He's not a professional finance analyst. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I'm saying this so that we begin to understand. I made this joke. I think it was last week or some in one setting. We had this conference and there was this setting. And look at this. Who will you go to? You have a problem. Okay, no, let's not say you have a problem. You want to fly.
Yes.
You want to fly from Lagos to Abuja. And they now tell you that the pilot that is flying this first plane A, the pilot that is flying that plane has 30 years experience.
Yeah.
He has never had a crash. Yes, do you understand?
Yes.
He has never had a crash. He's one of the best in his field.
Okay.
But he's a Muslim.
Okay.
He's a Muslim. Plane B is a heavily anointed man of God. That is the pilot. The pilot is a heavily anointed man of God. He has only 3 months experience of flying the plane, right? And in that 3 months, he has crashed 4 times.
But he survived.
He survived. We don't know about the other people that were in the plane with him, but at least he survived. But he's heavily anointed, tongue talking, demon chasing. But you need to get to Abuja. Who are you going to follow? Who are you going to? Guys, talk now. 30 years experience. But he's a Muslim. Safety first. So, but do you understand it?
Yeah.
So sometimes we just put a lot of things, and when a pastor falls short of the expectations we have put on him, we blame God, and we now come back and we paint the church differently. We color the church as if the church is failing. The church has very bad press outside, but it's because of the expectations that people put on men of God, put on pastors, and put on the institution. Meanwhile, there are some things that you should just go to a professional.
I see. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Some encouragement from our on-site audience. Thank you.
Yes,
very
thank
much.
you. Thank
All
you.
right, let's see if we have any more comments before we go.
Debbie said, I will go with plane A. I beg.
Okay, all right. So before we take any more comments or in-house questions, let's take a break.
Okay.
Dive into the world of limitless possibilities with Broken Walls Media, the one-stop destination for unparalleled media and broadcasting excellence. Immerse your audience in captivating live experiences that breaks down walls and forge unforgettable connections. Our seasoned team ensures every moment is a masterpiece, from concept to execution. Step into our state-of-the-art podcast studio, where innovation meets sound. Craft your narrative with top-notch equipment and acoustics, turning every word into a symphony of ideas. Your story amplified. Elevate your productions with our cutting-edge equipment. From cameras to lighting, we provide the tools to turn your vision into a reality. Quality is our commitment. Success is our guarantee. Welcome to Broken Walls Media.
Yes.
Yes. All right, everybody. Welcome back. And that was an interesting. Should I call it the first part of today's show? Now we're in the last phase, right? And really, it's going to be interesting, this last part. So I have. Let me see. Have I asked my checkmate question first?
Ha! You have a checkmate question. I never know what they plan for me today.
We'll get to it, but let's see if we have any comments online, and then we'll come to the in-house comments. And just before that, just to let everybody understand, right? We're using context and we're using comparisons. Not that we are making any group look bad or something.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to say, because you know that some people are so biased. Like,
Yes.
it must be my village person. It must be my Christian brother. It must be, do you know? And because of that, they have these biases and so on. But we're trying to get you to look past the biases and see, how can I save my marriage if that's what you really want to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very clear.
Yeah.
That's succinct. Yes.
All right, so
Well, that English just came in. That English. Yes. So the comments, there was this one. There's Queen Debbie says this show today is sweet.
all right. So do we have any?
Would you say follow who no
road?
road?
Yes. All right. So do we have any question or comment in house?
Yes, ma, there is a comment.
All right.
It's more of a question.
Okay. So you can
Go ahead.
introduce yourself and then ask your question.
All right. Good evening, presenters and viewers. My name is Daniel. My question.
Are you guys
goes
feeling
like
the
this.
voice? The voice, my name is Daniel. Ladies, Dad, are you single? So those that are watching now, they will know how to do the application.
Well, I'm single,
You're very funny.
but as the saying goes, follow who no road. So more reason why you see we the single people are trying as much as possible to know the pros and the cons before we jump into the whole marriage stuff. So my question is this: in this part of the world where we exist, the issue about therapy, marital counseling, and so on is not an in thing for us here. How do you convince your partner who sees the fact that whenever it's not easy to share your personal marital problem with a total stranger, not even a pastor self, most people don't even share to a pastor. How do you convince them, even after so much how do you put it, like advice and suggestion and prayer? Don't you think God will intervene at that point in time?
Okay. So the question is, how do you convince the people
How
to
can you
go and get
convince them
help?
to get help?
Oh, okay.
Fantastic. That's a good one. How do you convince people to get help?
In a society where it is, it's not enough. Thank you.
This is all right. I'll look at it this way. Culture is very strong. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, just to speak into the mic.
Okay. All right. So I said culture is very strong. And the culture of a people is actually their way of life.
Yeah.
Everybody has a culture, even the ones that don't know. Right? The way you do things, that's your culture, really, in a layman's term. And from this part of the world, most people we will say that we don't like to bring our matter to strangers. However, if you are sick the woman that is going to give you injection, you don't know her from anywhere. But when what you need is an injection, you are going to pull that down that short knicker, and a woman that you don't know from anywhere is going to be poking your butt. Because that's the help you
When
need.
you say it like that, it doesn't sound so.
It doesn't sound. But that's the truth. So the problem with us is that we actually do get help, but we most often wait until it's too late. We most often wait until it's too late.
So sometimes people don't get help from a psychologist, or a consultant,
Yes.
or a practitioner,
Therapist,
or a therapist,
yes.
or all of that. But a lot of times they eventually get help from a divorce attorney.
Exactly.
And that divorce attorney will cost you an arm and a leg and maybe half of your wealth.
In order, do you understand? So that's when. So,
process.
the truth is, whether we like to admit it or not, we always get help. It's just that we wait until it's too late. So by the time you are too sick, if you are hiding the sickness, one day you will not be strong enough to hide it. And somebody else will carry you to the hospital, and a nurse, the person that you didn't want to show your bum before, you will now show it and the person will be the one to poke you. So why do we have to wait until you get there? Some other times, this is a flip side. Something that stops us a lot of times, some other times, let me not say a lot of times, some other times, our biases, religious biases, stop us from going to get help. But that's also because we ourselves, as maybe people of faith, pastors, we ourselves haven't also done well. We make it seem like when people go to get help, it means that their faith is small. It means that they are weak in faith. So something is happening in your family. Instead of going to see a therapist to get help, we will make it look like, can't you guys pray? Is there something that God cannot do? You guys give yourself 21 days fast and pray and sort this thing out. Meanwhile, genuinely, you and your wife have differences of opinion. And because of the differences of opinion, both of you cannot actually hear yourselves when you are talking. Somebody is saying honey, the other person is hearing monkey. So it means that whatever you give, the moment you give them anything, it will be as if it's banana. Because he's saying, so it's me you're giving banana. I'm a monkey now. But it's because we cannot hear ourselves. And all you need is a therapist that's going to help you in what? Conflict resolution. To say, oh, so you call me monkey, the therapist will tell you, hold on. That's not what she said. What she said is this. But because both of you have different opinions, there's a bias, there's something covering your face. So you can either choose to go and do 40 days prayer and fasting, and by the time you come back, the guy has probably married another one. Okay, that's just me that's just me going very far. But my point is that there are some things that we'll do in church. Yes, the answer is between humanity and divinity. God can do anything, but there are other things that God has left for men to do. For there is what God must do, but there is what men must also do.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So do we have any? I see some comments that we need to take before I ask my finisher question.
Wow. There's still a finisher. Finish it.
We're going to finish. All right.
Darabeni says,
in my own suggestion, why God will not save some marriages is the fact that some people have some bad character and they tend to run under zodiac signs or say that it is who I am and you have to love me the way I think it continues. And you have to love I was about to finish it. Love me the way I am. Yes, they will want their partners to bend for them by sacrificing some things while they don't, and they will always have a reason to nag. Now, how will God save it when what you need to do is to change your obvious way?
Okay. So this is very interesting, Darabeni. Thank you. And Darabeni, thank you for raising something. Zodiac signs. Someone sent me a message during the week to say that we need to speak on this show about zodiac love. That it seems to be trending among young people now.
Oh,
They'll say,
interesting.
are you Aries? Are you Scorpio? Scorpio love is very strong, and because I'm a Scorpio, I am like this. I'm like this. I'm very passionate.
But
I'm
I
very
was thinking every now and then, and you have to say, "Oh, I love this thing." Okay, so let's add this. To the question.
we'll get the question, but
So you can combine the answer.
no. Let me sort this out, and then we'll take that question.
Okay.
So for me, like Darabeni has said, this whole concept of zodiac signs and all of that, we need to be very careful. We need to be very careful because there's a lot of knowledge, there's a lot of learning, there's a lot of science. And one of the mistakes that we did in church is to assume that science negates faith. And that's not true. Science actually proves faith. Do you understand? It's like faith is the principle. Science shows you walking. You know when they say show walking, when you do maths. Objects and theory. You are doing well. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, but then there's a lot of science that is just there for people to twist and do. They will give you some things that sound like you. You say, "Hey, this is me," but guess what? Those things are. It's just your personality traits. There are personality traits that you have. Everybody has a personality trait. Everybody has a. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Everybody is in a certain way. But as you grow, and that's why when you come to us as practitioners, there's some things we call psychometric tests. We give you a test, and by the time we finish the test, we can tell you the kind of things. We can tell you in detail, not just zodiac signs. Zodiac signs will give you a generic this thing. We can tell you in detail the kind of person that you are, based on some attributes that have even come into your life over the years, based on the kind of experiences you have been through. Do you understand? Those are what psychometric analysis do. But with those things are data that you now need to do what? Use and apply based on your peculiar circumstance. So, but I guess that zodiac love, we will deal with those. We will find a topic and deal with that.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you can even train yourself to develop certain traits.
Yes. So even though they are not part of your personality, that's why I like that book, Spirit Control Temperament.
And another part is that just by choosing that this is who I am, you can actually make yourself become that way, even though you were not.
You are not.
So some people who are wondering about themselves go and check something. They say, "Oh, because I am this sign, then this is how we behave." And you find out that you allow yourself to do that more and more because you're saying that's what they say we are.
And that doesn't.
Before you know it forms.
That may not even be in your best interest. That's why it's better you allow yourself open to the Holy Spirit. And like Darabeni says, deal with your bad character. All of us have bad characters. There are things that we do that it's not good. Let's tell ourselves the truth. It's not good. It's not right. When you see it, it's not good. For example, leave your socks on the floor. When I see it happens to me normally, but when I see my socks on the floor, I go and pick it and put it inside the place it's supposed to be. It comes with training. So when you open yourself to the Holy Spirit, there are some of these bad characters that you make excuses for, that he will deal with it. Those of you that read Bible, go and read Galatians 5. The bad characters are plenty. Deal with your own. Take it personal.
Okay, so it's time to take the final question from our on-site audience.
Good evening, my favorite couple. My name is Henry Lechi.
Henry. Good to have you here.
Okay. First of all, I want to appreciate you guys in this comments. You are a role model, you are an inspiration to we the youth. I'm also saying I don't think we should, is when you are married before you listen to things like this. I think we are singles where you want to get married to somebody. Do you know what? Let's go and see this person. And it will help us rearrange ourselves to look out for things, because there are things that people see from the outside that me and you, we are carried away by love. We won't see those things. So it's only someone that will look at it maybe as a certified
practitioner.
So as a certified investor in human capacity. So you will be able to look at it and say, do you know what? Look out for this thing. Especially bad attitude. They will tell you temperament. Bad attitude become mood swings.
Mood swings.
So we now as youth, because when we don't look at these things, we tend to have a high divorce rate. We are carried, hey, I love this lady, and then I want to go into marriage, and then boom, 3 months, you garbage in, you garbage out. So you don't look at it now. So my question is this: what if you are in a situation where while you are dating down to when you are married, you and your partner seems to align on the same pace. Then after the contract has been signed,
the dotted line has been signed. You have put a ring on it.
Yes, because the thing here is this: when we tend to look at people, we don't tend to look at things. We don't know. Let's just get married and then we love each other. And let's get married. And then I never knew you were like this.
Okay, so that's after the contract has been signed.
After the contract has been sealed, you understand? The rice has been eaten.
Then the person changes.
And the people has been, the honeymoon has been swept. So what then happens when you people don't align? And then, so I'm not getting married because I want to divorce. And so is every youth. So and then you get married and find out that Henry is.
It's not working. It's just not working. What to do?
Portrayed while we are dating, and when you try to change him, he's not
working. Okay.
Okay.
I get it. This is. Thank you very much, Henry. This is how I will answer that question very quickly. Our time is almost up. But this is how I answer that question. Somebody said. A video that someone sent to me during the week. There's a video someone sent to me during the week, and he said something, and I put under the comments 100% agreed. The problem is a lot of the premarital counseling that we do, especially in churches and religious organizations these days, are testing for the wrong things. A lot of the premarital counseling, they are checking for the wrong things. By the way, Lagos State government has made it mandatory now that if you are going to get married, you must do premarital counseling. It's part of the laws in Lagos State. So if you have not done premarital counseling certified, those people in the court, they are going to do premarital counseling for you. And they are beginning to adopt what we call family system engineering in those premarital counseling sessions, because we went to do some trainings for them. And so my point is, people are checking for the wrong things. Some of the things you need to be checking in premarital counseling is, this person that is here, is this person okay? Is his head correct? My personality and his personality, do we vibe?
And if we don't vibe, can we manage it?
If we don't vibe, can we manage it? This person that I am going to marry, by the time we do premarital counseling, I should be able to tell, oh, okay, this person has this kind of trait. Before I marry him, is it what I can live with, or is it what I can't live without? Two different things. Is it what I can manage, or is it a no-no? It's in premarital counseling you find this thing. You don't need to get into the marriage first. This person, does he know how to manage finance? Or is he a spendthrift? If he's a spendthrift, is he, before we sign the dotted line, is he going to allow me that knows how to manage finance to manage our finance? I don't know if you financial accountability. These are things that you should check for. But most places now, the only thing that most of the things they are checking for is how did that guy put it? Is a pregnancy test. At least, thank God, they are checking for genotype. What's that one? AA and SS, which is helpful. But pregnancy test, how they come? Is it pregnancy that is the sin, or is it fornication that is the sin? So is there fornication test? So there's no fornication test because he never carried belly, it's okay. can marry. Please, let's leave play. Let's leave rough play. But my point is, a lot of
after you
these
have
things.
entered.
Yes, a lot of these things you can check for them before you enter.
Yes, so emphasis on preparation.
On proper premarital counseling, not just you see, if your church is not doing, at least I thank God I know that our own church is doing proper premarital. If your church is not doing proper, or in your church, find out the premarital counseling. Another problem is a lot of young people that want to get married, they just endure those premarital counseling. They don't pay attention to what's being said. Meanwhile, those are the things that can safeguard you. But the moment you have entered, now I'm not a man of love. I am for peace, and I am for war. It depends on the one that you bring. When you have entered, if both of you say this thing is not working, the question I always ask is, are you willing to make it work? Are you willing to fight for it? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because there's no bad man or bad woman. It's just two people that have different dispositions.
There's no bad man or bad woman in the context
Of marriage, yes. It's just two people with different dispositions.
for that particular union.
In that
Yes,
particular
because
union.
like, just to clarify, before somebody will take you on now, because you can have two bad people who are, in quotes, absolutely happy with each other in their marriage, and they're doing their badness together.
Hey, that's why I said
Yes,
there are
to
no
clarify,
bad people.
yeah.
So when you say two bad people, for you, an outsider, they may be bad. For both of them, they are not bad. Because, see, as bad as we may think that mafia people are, they know how to do family better than a lot of you people that are in church. But they are mafia. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you understand? So to you, you will say they are bad people, but they are mafia and they understand the love relationship. So that's why I say there are no bad people. Like, do you understand? Now, but to wrap that up, we need to do proper premarital and look for these things. But if you have entered, if both of you are willing to work for it, when you are inside, you can make it work.
Yeah.
You can make any marriage. You can make it work. The reason a lot of marriages don't work is something they call irreconcilable differences. But what does that even mean? What does it mean? It just means I no agree, shared kotie. But if the people inside come to agreement and say, you can have a wonderful marriage. And one thing I want to throw in is that you don't have to wait until your marriage has problems before you see a therapist. Part of the things we do in family life practice is something called we call marriage enrichment program. To find out, just the same way you do an annual check for your body, medical.
Yeah.
We do an annual marriage check. You just come, we do a number of tests for you, and we can tell whether your marriage is at quarter level, is good, is at threshold, is in danger, or you are having a very good marriage, or you are you are in bliss. If you are in different level of the marital,
So you can do proactive checks, find out how you're doing, know the adjustments you need to make to keep improving on the quality and the well-being of your marriage relationship. So
ask your last
well
question.
done.
Yes.
I am not. You really
No.
want me to answer?
Ask it,
Okay,
so that
alright,
we can take this thing complete.
Alright,
Please,
so
we
this
crave
is-
your indulgence
This
and
is
an
going
extra
to be-
5
This
minutes.
is going to be the final question. This is my finisher question.
Ha.
So what I'm going to ask this question. So all those prayers that they used to pray during wedding ceremonies, white wedding and so on, that they'll call all the pastors. In fact, for some people, it is very important. The particular pastor that prays for you at your wedding, they'll be insisting, I need it to be the senior pastor. Are you trying to say that all those prayers are not doing anything? What are you really saying? If you are saying that God cannot, I mean God will not, if you are saying that God will not save your marriage, why are we praying? Finish it. Is there any value in those prayers? If there is, what is it?
Okay. There's a scripture that came to my mind.
Okay. Say it very well into your
Yes.
mind so everybody will hear whether you pass the test or not.
All right. The scripture is when you go through the
Fire.
fire, it will not burn you.
The The water.
When you go through the water, it will not overshadow you,
Well,
right? It will not overwhelm you. The interesting thing about that scripture is that it says when. But you will go through. So there will be fire, there will be water,
There'll be water.
there will be flood, there will be water. The prayers that we pray have the ability to enable you go through the fire and not burn up. So what do? They hold you until you get it together and then you get through. But whether you will pass through or not is dependent on you.
Oh, okay.
So the prayers they are like enablers. They are like a shield. Those
Like
people
a
that play
cushion.
game, those prayers are like a shield. They are like a cushion. So that when life throws these things at you, they will hit you, but you will be able to get through. However, how you get through is really dependent on you.
And
You
if-
can and
Or if you say I have the shield, I look forward, it looks like it's not worth it, let me go back. That could be an option.
but you're still the one making the decision.
Yeah.
It's still dependent on you. So it's just like what God has done for the marital institution. He has created the template. He has created the platform. But how you walk through it. Some people are going through the marriage institution and they are still married, but they are frustrated.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Some others are going through it. That's the same way. Some people will get to heaven. They will get to heaven broke because they didn't apply certain principles on the earth. But salvation that has brought them in is keeping them until they get to heaven. So they will get to heaven and they will get to heaven poor.
All right.
But some people are here and they will get to heaven. They will still get to heaven rich because the same salvation is keeping them. It's sustaining them. Do
Okay,
you understand?
so
But
in
then
other
they are
words-
applying the principles for wealth creation and wealth sustainability until they die. They are not going to be broke a day in their life.
Okay.
So how you get through the prayers we pray, because I also pray those prayers. I do a lot of weddings. I officiate a lot of weddings. I pray for a lot of people. The prayers we pray are enablers. They are holders. They are sustainers. But they are sustainers. And some of them, what they do actually is to open your eyes, open your ears, so that you will get sense and do the right thing in the right circumstances.
And peradventure, there were some
Small
Winches,
demons that
some-
were blocking
some
your ear.
unidentified flying
Unidentified
objects.
flying objects that are blocking your space.
some village people.
Yes. Do you understand?
Those ones can be sorted
Sharply.
very early so that they don't come and cause extra stress or extra strain on the relationship. Okay, all right.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Would you like you are a live audience? You said the prayers are like multivites
Uh-huh.
to keep you strong so that when it hits you, you will survive. But you have the sole responsibility
To keep
the marriage.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So I'll take those as your final thoughts, and I will say this, that from all I have heard, I am now relating marriage to salvation. You know how?
Preach, man.
Because for salvation, you need to believe, right? So there's faith and you need to confess. And I think about marriage, how you believe this person is the person that is meant for me. I want to do life with this person. And you go and confess somewhere, I take you as my husband or my wife and so on. So you've done your belief, you've done your confession, right? And then what do we have to do next? Walk out your salvation
with fear and trembling.
So the same way you need to walk out your marriage, you need to walk at your marriage, you need to do your
Your marriage,
part
yes.
to make sure that your marriage works. Yes, when you're in trouble, going through difficulties, call on God for help. But when he gives you direction, when he gives you instruction, when he leads you to certain things or ask you to do certain things,
Be
please
humble.
do your part.
Be
And
humble.
in fact, you don't even need to, sometimes you don't even need to be waiting for a clear voice to sound again from heaven. Look at what he has already said in his word, the things that he has given us to help us live life with any human being, to live in peace with any human being. Apply them in your marriage and watch him turn things around with your participation. Yes, with your participation. Thank
And please,
you so
let's
much.
applaud our live audience.
Our live audience.
And
have
you
been
guys
wonderful.
online.
Thanks
You
to
guys
our
online.
audience.
Yes, yes.
It's been an interesting show today. And
And
thank you to some people who are not
In the
being
back
seen.
room, who cannot be seen.
One day he will be seen.
They will be
yes,
seen
they
one
will be
day
seen,
because they're
yes.
always behind the scene. And for those of you that because we are moving higher, the studio is enhancing, is expanding. For those of you that would like to be part of the Common Sense family, we're dropping the link in the live chat, and the link will also be in the comment section. You can join the Common Sense family, and you will be the first to know about the new improvements we are doing. And in case we're inviting people to our online shows or our online concerts or online conferences, you will be the first to know. So just join the Common Sense family.
Okay.
And thank you for letting us into your space.
Yes, and like
please share.
like, share, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe. And like we always say, remember,
Common sense is not so common.
Hey, fantastic. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you next time.
Bye.
Thank you once again for joining us. We hope you got great value today. Our goal is to bring you valuable information to help you make better decisions in your life and relationships. Please do not forget to subscribe, share, and like.